preference. I just think that's why you don't try to bathe a weasel. They're just not used to being
wet.
A pet.
Wet.
A wet pet. Right.
Right.
Hi, folks. Welcome back to Pop Pop Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we are here to react to the trailer for WandaVision, the new MCU connected series that's going to be airing on Disney Plus sometime this year. I don't think we have a firm date on that yet, but they have said for sure it will be this year.
Watch it drop December 30th or something ridiculous like that. That's still this year.
That would be unkind.
But
However,
that would be a nice way to wrap up this year, though.
All of the other reaction channels that we watch, and we'll be honest, we watch those things too. They've already reacted to this trailer, so we're really late to the game here. But we have kept from spoilers. We have kept from as many images as possible, and we are seeing this with fresh eyes with you right now. And we'll give you our thoughts on it, and then you can jump down in the comments below. And as is the norm for the internet, tell us how wrong we are.
And fight with us.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to check it out right now. Here we go. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's twilight time.
Wanda and Vision, aren't we a five-pair?
It's the Dick Van Dyke
This is our
kitchen.
home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
Bewitched, I think, maybe?
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
This is really happening.
Like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Each day I pray for evening just to be.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
Okay. So
All right.
we went through at least 3 different ages there. I think them.
Quick flash of a lot of different sets as well.
For sure. You recognize Dick Van Dyke.
For sure, the kitchen set, yeah. I know in some of the images we've seen, also we've seen Family Ties set.
Okay. I can't ever see that actress, and I don't know her name. I'm sorry, very much so. Anything other than Kitty from that 70s show.
I did not watch that 70s show.
So I don't know
I
her
grew
name.
up in the 70s. I hated the 70s. I never want to revisit the 70s. So pretty much I just ignored that whole show.
I think I watched maybe the first 2 seasons of it, maybe, or 1.5. So not that there's anything wrong with people who are fans of that show, but I don't know her from anything else that I can remember.
I got to say though, I really dug clearly that was supposed to be Halloween there because she was in the witch's hat, and then we had a glimpse of him in his comics accurate costume, which I know a lot of fans, love the comics accurate stuff. If you grew up reading comics like I did, but then when you see what's actually comics accurate
On an actual person.
Yeah, very seldom is going to work. But the MCU's given us a really close approximation for the most part across the spectrum.
Yeah, more stylized, but real
but more
life.
real world.
Yeah.
This doesn't give us a lot to go on.
No.
But it gave me enough to be excited because it looks kind of creepy.
It does. It looks really creepy, and you've got to wonder whose mental point of view we're actually going from here. There's all sorts of things that happen in the comics that they could probably draw from. Especially what is the one that the House of M thing where
No More Mutants.
No More Mutants, but before that there was all sorts of things that had sprung up from her mind. So
yes, Avengers Disassembled was in there as well. I feel like I believe the character that we saw with the witch's hat in the car is supposed to be Agatha Harkness, who was her mentor in the comics, but also kind of shady. And not always up to any good.
She seems so.
So, definitely curious about that. We saw Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel
Yep.
as a grown-up.
Yes.
In that one quick clip.
Oof. Almost missed it.
So yeah, I'm very curious about. One, I want to know how many episodes of this we're getting.
Yeah, I mean, I won't.
I'm going to guess between 5 and 8.
I won't be sad about 8. I'll be excited about 13. I will be like really bummed if it's just like 4 or 5.
Here's what I think. I think that as great as the Marvel Netflix shows were, they always tended to go 1 or 2 episodes too long.
Yeah, they were all like about 13 episodes.
There was always just like 1 or 2 hinky episodes in there that just didn't quite nail it.
Yeah, they were.
And it was like you know, we were given 13 episodes. We got to figure out what to do. You know, we got this much story. We got a couple of extra hours we got to fill. Let's figure this thing out.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with 5 or 6 as long as they're good, solid episodes.
I'm leaning more towards 8 to 10. Like, I feel like 13, like you said, for the Netflix Marvel series, I think 13 wound up being like just sinking in the middle a few times. So not bloated, like just not necessarily.
And it tends to be why even great shows now this wasn't always the case, but why good series now tend to have some really clunker episodes. You know, they always have that kind of big kickoff at the beginning of the season, and then they have a big mid-season finale, and then they have a big season finale, but there's always like clunkers in the in-between spaces.
Yeah.
And I am never fond of that. It's why even shows I loved, I tend to fall off of after a while, because the clunker episodes tend to take up more space as time goes on.
Yeah.
So I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with like 6 to 8 episodes of this as long as they're good and solid. We don't know. We haven't heard about Falcon and Winter Soldier, so we're not sure when that's coming. Probably not until 2021.
Yeah.
But yeah, from what we've seen, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm just happy for some new MCU content, honestly, since we've been missing out this year.
I suspect that given what we've heard, some of the speculation surrounding the sequel to Doctor Strange, that it seems like Wanda is going to factor into that somehow. So it may be that some things set up in this series and in like the Loki series are helping build out the MCU into places we haven't seen before, and dealing with threats we haven't seen before. Because now that Thanos is out of the picture, we need a new villain. We've heard some speculation about some of the villains that are going to be popping up in different series and in future movies. So I'm curious to see how WandaVision is going to play into the bigger picture.
Same.
But more important to me is that it works for what we get.
Yeah, it needs to be self-contained. I mean, obviously they're riding in a lot of fan base from everyone from the MCU, and of course, like I said, everyone's probably pretty hungry for some MCU content.
Sure.
But this needs to be really well done and self-contained, so that it can be a series unto itself, and even though their casual person probably must have heard of the MCU, they could sit down and watch this and just think it's a kooky show. So, whatever.
Yeah, and it was pointed out on Twitter, I believe by Dakota of Geek Critique. Hi, guys. I believe he pointed out that 2020 will be the first year that we haven't had new Marvel content since 2009. Kind of crazy. Took a pandemic to slow them down. But
it is a bummer, though.
Yeah, but thankfully we'll be getting WandaVision before the end of the year. Though it's not a movie, it is tied in to the MCU. So definitely excited that we at least get something on that front. Anyway, that's it for our thoughts. You let us know what you think about WandaVision and whether or not you're excited about it in the comments down below. Until next time, folks.